This guest turned $50 into over $2 million by the age of 20. But what you don't see is the story behind it. The drug raids, losing everything, and then having to rebuild it all again from scratch. Taj Gow Smith isn't your typical entrepreneur. This episode will change how you think about success, discipline, and what it takes to make it out the other side. Let's go. Taj, welcome to the Mindset Podcast, man.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So I've been speaking to a couple of people and they told me that you had a pretty crazy story. So
Pretty nuts.
yeah, well, like I said, I only met you about 5 minutes ago, so I think I'll let you introduce yourself, tell everyone who you are, what you do, what you've got, and then we'll work through it from there, man.
My name's Taj Gow Smith. I started a landscaping company when I was 17. Originally started from car washing with $50. Bought a bucket, mop, some sponges and some soaps and started washing cars, and within 3 years scaled it up to a full landscaping and civil company doing commercial projects. I've made close to over $2 million at 20 years old. So
20 years old, man.
In a real world business. No, this, for
Online
Moose, for
stuff.
Fousey, it's online, gimmick. It's real world, real deadlines, real stress, real anxiety.
Yeah, so that just goes to show that you can still do that. You don't have to do everything online these days.
No, absolutely, man. It's actually, you get more grit and more experience from doing it in the real world. And this was like a pathway I chose to go down. I had two options when I started my entrepreneur career. One of them was to do the online stuff and have location freedom and time freedom and chase that whole FOMOS. And I chose to go the harder route because, anything that's difficult is worth doing, and if it's worth doing once, then it's 100% worth doing to max effort.
Yeah, for sure, man. Can you so at 17 you started a landscaping business. Like, what does that look like for a 17-year-old? Did you drop out of school or something? Or
so I failed year 9. I'm sure if any of my teachers watch this, they'll be fucking happy that I'm opening up about my education.
Yeah.
Failed year 9, failed year 10, scraped through year 11, still failed it, and then dropped out at year 12, didn't do year 12 at all. And then actually did carpentry for 6 months, man.
Yeah, right.
So that's what I've always been good with, building stuff.
Yeah.
I used to fucking modify Nerf guns and shit like that.
Yeah, just with your hands, logical thinker.
Absolutely, man, absolutely. So when I wasn't being a pro athlete in motocross, that's what I was doing. I was building stuff. So going into carpentry seemed like a pretty safe option. Made my parents half happy.
Yeah.
It's
almost the Australian dream, isn't it? Like, just go to school. If you're no good at school, drop out, get an apprenticeship,
get a trade,
become a trade.
Boom. That's like your plan Z, man. That's like a family's plan Z to have a kid like that.
Yeah.
So when I quit that and started car washing, they were stoked.
So what made you quit? You just didn't like going to work? Did you have a shit boss?
Actually, I loved it, man. I love carpentry. But my last day on probation, you got like a 3-month probation as an apprentice.
Yeah.
On my last day, my boss got rid of me, man.
Yeah, right.
So and then I worked with another guy, and he was a tosser.
Yeah.
So then I said, fuck this, man. I'm not going to make anyone else rich besides myself. And then spent 6 months learning what entrepreneurs and what it takes to be an entrepreneur, and fully immerse myself in it.
Yeah.
And then I started car washing.
Yeah. So what did you do when you started car washing? Was it just you'd go knock doors or
bit of both. I printed off these flyers. I still have them at home. It's I'm 17. I'll wash your car really good.
Yeah.
For a really fucking good price.
Yeah.
But started off just family, friends, and I did a trip. So I was living in Adelaide at the time, in Australia, and then I did one trip to Roxby Downs, which I grew up most of my life, and made $1,500 in a weekend. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
that's the go. And
just
then,
washing cars? Yeah, right.
So I was washing cars, and I watched Harley Davidson. I thought I was fucking gangster, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, fucking, this is the life. And my uncle at the time, he had a Lamborghini in Adelaide, which is like a rental car, but when it comes from Melbourne, it has to stay at a facility in Adelaide, and then it goes out to the renter. So I ended up, just good timing. I ended up washing that Lamborghini.
Yep.
It's my third car in. I was like, fuck, this is not bad.
Yeah.
And then, I convinced me and my father to move to Roxby, and I'll start my business, and took off from there, my man.
So you just start washing cars, you get a taste of it because you've gone somewhere, you've made $1,500 in a weekend washing a shitload of cars, and you just you've seen that you can make money from this, so let's keep it rolling. So
it was just like that success loop. Obviously, everyone knows success builds success, and positive habits reinforce other positive habits. So when I made that money, it was like a dopamine hit, and I chased that, and then the dopamine just got bigger and bigger, and I'm a dopamine addict. As
Yeah.
we'll probably dive into later in this pod. But just something that ignited me, and the human interaction from it, and I guess the external validation. Obviously, I had a lot of shit going on prior to me starting my business, so getting that external validation fueled me probably a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of like replaced whatever was going on.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So
yeah, so what was happening before? What?
So I actually was selling drugs at like 16, 17, man. Got raided 10 days before my 17th birthday, man. So
Shit.
yeah, 7 cop cars, 17 cops, 3 dogs stormed my house, and
Yeah, were you living by yourself?
no, I was living with my mother at the time, man.
Yeah,
so
right.
I guess the biggest thing was seeing her at the front, because like I've got like a sandhill on my house because I'm fucking from the bush.
Yeah.
And like kind of looking down and seeing my mum have a camera and police film her and stuff. So
and she didn't know anything about it. You were kind of
no.
They probably had their
she
ideas.
just thought like in Australian, if you're not Australian, you know, a bit of pot smoking, a bit of this, bit of party stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
It's pretty casual in Australia when it comes to that. She didn't know the full extent to what I was doing.
Yeah.
So seeing her and putting her in that position kind of made me pivot. Yeah, it was a tough time.
Yeah.
So then, you know, doing that in a small town and then moving away to Adelaide, doing carpentry, and then coming back and then doing something positive in the community instead of being known for a drug dealer.
Yeah.
And that external validation fueled me, and wanting to prove people wrong fueled me.
Yeah,
as well. So
that's good. I've actually had like a similar situation. Like one of my friends was kind of similar. He was like from a good family, like all this type of stuff, and then drugs and stuff happen, and then you get a bit of a name for yourself, and then, you know, he went to rehab and stuff like that, and came back and then started doing more positive things. And there was like, even for a few years, I think there was like doubt in people's minds, or people still had that, like, you know, that thought of like, fuck this kid, he's trouble. Or
well,
like,
man, when I was 17, I came back washing cars, man. There was a rumor that I was selling, like, it was just a smoke screen. I was selling coke while fucking doing people's cars and shit, and it was just like, I didn't hear about that rumor until like 6 months after. But you know, it's just in a small country town, it's hard to break the shackles on people's opinions.
Yeah, small town syndrome. Hey, like people just get stuck in their ways. They never.
Well, I just stay home.
Yeah,
that's why I just stay home. I just self-isolate, keep away from the nonsense.
Yeah,
and just work, and I just get better.
Yeah. No, that's really good, man. So like, what happened from there? So you've 16, drugs and stuff like that. You got raided. After the raid, you started your car washing business. Got back on the right track. Did you like start to scale the business, or how did it like turn into landscaping type of thing?
So it was just mainly I just saw an opportunity in the market, man. There wasn't much landscapers at the time. Yeah. I went car detailing, and then we had some family friends who suggested I get into property maintenance. They owned like a real estate firm in Roxby. Yeah. So then I signed up with them and got all my insurances, and we just slowly built, and I was hungry for it, man. Yeah. So that I was just chasing the next biggest job or the next progressional step. Yeah. And just chase it, and then go into yard cleans, and then it was like a weird transition, man, where I was like washing cars in the morning and then going out picking weeds in people's yards in the afternoon. Yeah. So it was like a weird sort of transition, but it was just growth, man. And
yeah, it's kind of like do you remember like on Instagram and stuff like that where, I don't know, like all the Gary V's and all those type of people were like, man, you know, get out and buddy, you know, go to yard sales and pick stuff up, or go out and like push a lawnmower and do that type of stuff, like to get the work ethic. So
to build the fundamentals to actually be a true successful entrepreneur, like some of the elites, like billionaire status, you have to go through these traumatic experience and just swallow your pride, man. But in the moment, you're just that hungry and you're that immersed in your work that you don't even realise the lengths and the steps you're actually doing, and how vulnerable you're putting yourself out there. Yeah. You know, so you're just focused, man.
Yeah, well, that's good, because I feel like some people, like I used to live with a guy and he didn't have a job for ages, and I think he was getting money off his parents or something like that to pay for rent. But like, he wouldn't swallow his pride. And he, like, I was just like, bro, just go get a job at Macca's or something like that.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, because like, I worked at Macca's for years and I loved it. Like, I've said it a few times on the podcast.
Someone's got to flip the burgers.
Bro, there's a job for someone. For everyone.
Absolutely,
but
man.
Like, if you don't have a job, like, and you don't have any money, swallow your fucking pride and go and do these shitty jobs or whatever, or like the jobs that you think are shitty, because that type of stuff builds resilience.
Yeah, it does, man.
And
Absolutely.
like, you know, if you can get through those shitty hard times and like, you know, save yourself 10 grand or something, then go, right, I'm going to start a side hustle, or I'm going to save a few $100s and buy a lawnmower and a trailer and a
You don't even
fucking
need you don't
whatever.
even need
I'm
a few $100s, man. Like I said, I started with $50. I borrowed off my dad.
Yeah.
Like $50, and I've turned that $50 into a $2 million landscaping business in 3 years.
Yeah.
So you don't need to save 10 grand. You don't need to do anything crazy. Just for the viewers watching this, it's just pure. If you want it, go get it.
Yeah.
You got to swallow your ego, your arrogance, and your laziness. You got to push all those three personalities to the side.
Yeah.
And just fucking get down and dirty, man.
Yeah. And I think that's a bit of a lost art through. Again, like social media and all that type of stuff, because you get those quick dopamine hits from scrolling all the reels and all that type of shit, and everyone sees, or there's a facade of everyone just thinks that the people who have got 1,000 views or 100,000 views or followers or whatever are just instantly making money off that, and realistically they're probably not.
No, 90% of people online are fucking
useless.
Just smoke screening, man.
Yeah.
And useless.
Yeah.
Not even real entrepreneurs. They're self-employed, man.
Yeah, they're just taking videos and stuff like that. And you know, you see the ones that are actually making money and stuff like that. They're the people who have started a business off the back end of it all. And
I'll tell you, like I just spoke to one of my first mentors. He's based in Adelaide. He just finished building a $9 million commercial property.
Yeah.
And you go on his Instagram, dude, and it's just him and his son riding motorbikes.
Yeah.
You would not even imagine that he's doing the things he's doing.
Yeah.
So most of the time, social media is just a fucking smoke screen.
Yeah.
It's just fueling people's egos.
Yeah.
And I've been in that myself, man. When I started making money, I fucking posted diamond watches and posted me going away. And now I just don't. I just float around and I just be successful in my own world, and the people around me feel it. And that's it. It's like find a real entrepreneur that isn't on social media, and you'll get real information to be a real entrepreneur, man.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love that. That's a good bit of advice. If you can find someone or a mentor that's done it without having to be on social media and stuff. It's like, it may not necessarily be harder or as hard or like comparable or anything like that, but I think it's definitely one of those things that you know, working from the shadows almost type of thing. Like
Batman, dude.
Yeah, so I was
fucking say, Batman, man.
Spec type
in his
of stuff.
Batman cave, just batting it up, bro.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
just what it is. And I suggest you find a real world mentor, you get real world information, so then you actually get real help.
Yeah,
and it's that simple. You find someone online, it's like, how much work are you putting in to find your mentor? And if you're not putting in that much work, then the information you're going to get is all surface level. Yeah, that's a surface level mentor.
Yeah.
The harder and longer you go into the rabbit hole of finding a proper real world mentor, the harder it's going to be to find a real world mentor, because like I said, this guy, his Instagram is just him and his son riding. You would not even ask him about business advice or anything.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know type
but
of
he's,
thing.
you know, he's worth millions. He's just finished a $9 million commercial property on Main North Road in Adelaide. So.
Yeah. How did you find him, or like, was he in the same type of niche and you kind of connected like that, or parents, friends or something?
I actually bought my motorbikes off him.
Yeah.
For like my whole life.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So he, since I was 7 years old, I raced motocross, and we kind of got his bikes through him. Coast Power Sports in Adelaide. I'm going to do a little shout out. Got my bikes off him, and I guess I didn't really show any signs of wanting to be an entrepreneur, because I was so head deep in motocross and everything else. And then we lived in Morford Vale, and his shop was around the corner, and I started car washing, and then he was getting his shop like cleaned out. Yeah. Before he like scrapped the block and rebuilt it and whatnot, he was getting it cleaned out, and he gave me a go pressure washing it. So I pressure washed the front, and he got me onto some audio books, and then gave me some advice about stocks and everything else. And
so
then,
it's kind of a relationship that kind of built up over time.
It was just naturally,
yeah.
And everyone has it. Everyone knows a business owner.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't post shit on fucking social media. Everyone knows them. Just contact them, because 100% they're going to be willing to help you, man.
Yeah. A lot of people are scared of reaching out or asking type of thing, but realistically, the people above you are probably the people that are going to help the most. Like, they're never going to shit on you. It's always, man. No one's ever going to push you down. They're always going to drag you down. It's only the people below you.
I've never seen someone doing better than me drag me down.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you just, people that are doing better than you want you to experience what they're experiencing. Man. That's a fact.
Yeah.
So if your mentors and people are not really helping you, or telling you not to do stuff that is fundamentally your thing.
Yeah.
Like I got a high energy. I've been
Yeah.
told my whole life to calm down and
Yeah.
and to try and blend in, and it's a lot of shit.
Yeah, for sure. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
It's not fun, is it?
Nah, nothing's fun though. Nothing worth doing is fun.
Yeah, no. So you've got your mentor. He's helping you. What happened with the landscaping business? When did you start to expand that? Was it when were you getting too many jobs? Do you
when did I start to expand? It just all happened organically. Like it's kind of just like a blur.
Yeah. Did you just hire someone to go and do something?
My first employee was my best mate.
Yep.
And he helped heaps. We were working 16 hours a day.
Yeah, shit.
No lunch breaks, just slaving away doing yard cleans, man.
Yeah.
And then my second employee was my father, who mentored me for a while, and then he left the business quite recently, about a year ago. So, it all came, and I had, I think, 12 or 15 guys at one point.
Shit, that's a lot.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And so you're just adding, the more you were working, you're like, fuck, I need someone to help. Then getting people on, or?
It was just chaos, man. There was no structure.
Yeah, right.
It was actually chaos. And I had 12, 13, 15, 40-year-old, 30-year-old dudes.
Yeah.
I was 18 at the time trying to manage them.
Yeah.
While also learning how to do landscaping.
Yeah.
Because it's actually funny. There's a video of me watching a YouTube video in someone's backyard, watching it and then delegating 10 different jobs to people and then going about my business.
Yeah.
So the level of, I guess, cognitive thinking and the ability that I have to perform under high level stress.
Yeah.
Even without having the tools and information to help me.
Yeah, being resourceful.
It's next level, man. So.
Yeah. And that probably come from racing and stuff like that
as
well, I'd say.
Oh, split decision,
second decisions and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%, man. So you back your instinct and you back your first thought.
Yeah.
Your first thought's always your best thought.
Yeah.
And you just go with it.
Yeah, cool. So I know there's some pretty crazy stuff that happened in your business. What was because I know you've had a few ups and downs. Do you want to explain a little bit on that?
So like I said, we scaled and it was chaos and we didn't have processes or systems, man. So there was really no ability in the business to capture where money was going, whether we were making money, losing money.
Yeah.
So we pretty much just went through this vicious cycle, and anyone that started a landscaping business would know we were pretty much we'll get deposits for materials on the job.
Yeah.
And then we would use that deposit to pay our employees, and then we would finish the job, and then that would go into paying employees. So we actually got into a lot of debt.
Yeah.
Close to 250,000.
Yeah.
So, and it just comes from just not having any systems and not capturing the true data, which obviously when I was in the field and working every day inside the business, I had no time to operate and work on outside the business, which is crucial to capturing and building systems and that.
Yeah.
And as a business owner, it comes down to it's your responsibility. So if you're starting a business and you try and hire someone to manage and create systems in your own business, it's not going to be structured how you want it.
Is that just because you didn't know how to do it, so you were just kind of like...
Well, I've never worked for anyone.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what a functional business looked like.
Yeah.
And I had mentors and people around me who have worked in corporate businesses for multiple years. I guess I just assumed they would create these systems and do all these procedures and manage my money and stuff. And I let it go. I didn't want nothing to do with it. I was open to that. I would say, look, I don't want nothing to do with it. I just blocked it out because I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Which, it ends up biting you on the arse as an entrepreneur. You have to go through that growth phase where you create your systems. And look, we scaled, I think my first 12 months. Well, my first month car detailing in Roxburgh hit 30 grand.
Yeah, nice.
And then it kind of just doubled from there. And it was just chaos. We were just booking work, doing work, and we didn't have the time to create systems.
Yeah.
And that goes for everyone that worked in my company. Everyone that's worked in my company can vouch for that hectic chaos time.
Yeah.
We were just focused on getting money, and then we got into a vicious cycle of where we didn't have time to step away and work on the business because we needed to land the next job to pay the employees or pay our bills, and it just gets bigger and bigger, and then it all just collapses on itself.
Yeah, and because you were the person in the business, what's that saying? Like, if you're working in the business, you're not working on the business type of thing. So it end up getting into that vicious cycle of just chasing everything, and because you didn't have, it obviously sounds like you didn't have someone to do what you could do, or you might have had someone that can do what you can do but wasn't as good as what you could do, so it was just easier to do it yourself.
The person I had definitely was capable of doing it. I think it's just it was a hectic time, and he was more focused on developing me as an entrepreneur, not developing the business. Yeah. So even though I went into a lot of debt and I probably burned some bridges in the supplier way of looking at it, and I'm blacklisted from some companies and stuff because I owed them money and I didn't pay them, and so it's not all been glam and glamour.
It's lessons learnt though.
But the lessons that the person taught me has been able to foster and grow into the
be it good or bad, like you.
Unfortunately, he was more focused on developing me and jamming all of his information into my head. Yeah. And I guess the business, was a byproduct from that. Yeah. Like, it just gave us time together. Yeah. So he developed me really well, hence why I can articulate myself and I have all this advice and knowledge and how I carry myself throughout the world and my belief systems and stuff. He installed that, in me at a very early age. Yeah. But, when you're focused on developing someone to the length that he was focused on, then the business stuff doesn't get looked at. Yeah. So you've gone backwards 250k. And some. And some. So you've gone backwards a fair bit. Like, how do you, and like you've just said earlier that you've made like over 2 million now. Yeah. Like, how do you pull yourself out of that hole, or what did you do? Like, man, so it's a delicate topic to dance around, but pretty much I just got better. I had to go to create a better space for myself mentally. Yeah. And then I just had to digest and just park my arrogance and ego and laziness to the side and rebuild. So I actually lost everyone, all my employees. It was just me. Yeah. And then I just formulated a plan. I went through some ups and downs again just by myself, and then probably the start of this year I've come good and just been working and regrowing and just developing systems and not rushing the growth. You don't want to grow too fast, and that's where the dopamine, that's where me chasing the dopamine at the start and that hunger and hustle, you can't continue that. You got to dial it back and then focus on building the business. And it's taken me, years to realize what a business is supposed to look like and the systems that it's supposed to have. So that just comes with time and experience. Yeah. In the workplace, so it's been a pretty traumatic fucking 4 years. I've just been getting punched in the face by life, but now it's setting me up to come on podcasts and talk to people and help other entrepreneurs and to share the same vision and same goal and give them real world advice and real world experience on what's helped me and how to actually close deals with people and what's it like, missing deadlines and having to face that customer. It's all very daunting real world stuff, and I feel like if you fail online, you don't have to face the music in a sense. So being able to face the music now and having the tools just to hit your problems head on in the real world is definitely going to catapult me into a very elite group of people. Yeah. So at 20, I'm only 20. Yeah. Exactly. It's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, it's crazy. Nuts. It's nuts. You've obviously been through a shitload of stuff into quite a short period of time. Man. So the rocket man. Yeah. Just absolutely taken off. But like, how did you deal with it all though? Like, because mental health is obviously a huge thing. Are you the type of person that, it didn't phase you, or you didn't know it was? No, it definitely phased me, 100%. But the way that I'm a very factual person. Yeah. So the way that I looked at my mental health and the position was I broke down the chemicals that were getting released in my brain. Yeah. And then from there, I developed habits that also release those chemicals. Yeah. Maybe not at such a high level. Yeah. But I created systems and exercises for me to do that still made me feel good, and it built operating discipline. Yeah. And building that was hard, but it was, I'm feeling sad because of this, and this. Yeah. And it's because I don't have this, and this. Yeah. So I need to do this, and this to make myself feel better. And it's just, there's no like hidden source. There's no hidden chemicals to it. You just got to actually understand your brain. Yeah. And understand that if you take something to release dopamine, and you stop taking it, you're going to be your dopamine's going to be absolutely fucked, man, because of the
tanked,
it tanked, absolutely. So then you just do, so instead of taking a drug to release, let's say 100 dopamine spikes or whatever it is, whatever metric they measure on, you can go to the gym, and that builds your self-worth, and that builds your self-image, and it also gets your body moving. And you might have to do one harder task, but it might also release the same amount of dopamine. It's just harder. And obviously taking drugs and stuff is pretty easy because you don't have to move and you don't really have to do anything uncomfortable. So it's just identifying, right, if I want to feel this happy and I want to feel this feeling again, I have to do a bit more work on myself. And you can only do that once you park your ego, your arrogance, and your laziness, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard, or it's easy to I suppose not do all of that stuff.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
The thought of it for some people is enough, if that makes sense. There's people that struggle to get out of bed, or even just struggling in the mental health world and stuff like that. Like, people struggle to get out of bed, struggle to want to go to work, like just all these little things, and it makes it too hard.
It's hard for me to try and go into that mental model of space because I didn't have the option. Especially now with employees and stuff, I can't tell my employees, hey guys,
I'm having a bad day.
You can't feed your family this week.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do my work. I didn't do my job. We got no work on. Sorry, you ate last week.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
So it's having, if you're struggling with that, get more responsibility, take on more problems.
Yeah.
Because that's also going to motivate you to stay on path. So just take on responsibility.
Yeah.
And honor your word. If you say you're going to meet someone or you're going to do something for someone, do it. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
So there's definitely been I'm dealing with an old customer now that he sent me a deposit for materials, and I did some of the works, but I was going through a shit time of my life, so I let him down, and it's been a pretty shit situation since. And so there's no I'm not going to sit here on this podcast and try and act like I'm perfect and I'm fucking the bee's knees, but I'm human too. But it's about having other factors and having other people that rely on you that will get you out of bed. It's that extra fuel, man. It's you don't want to let down someone.
When you've got that accountability to someone else.
Absolutely. You need accountability, man.
Yeah.
You need accountability.
Yeah, and when you've got it to someone else, I think it's more motivating.
Absolutely.
Literally this morning, I think I told you before, I got up at 5:30 for the first time and went for a run and all that type of shit. And I literally messaged my mate last night. I'm like, oi, make sure before you get yourself...
fucking walk in my room, man. You fucking get me the fuck out of bed. Yeah. That's what you need, man.
I was like, let's go. And... I woke up before my alarm and all that type of stuff. I went and saw him and stuff, and I was like, oh, fuck, man, I didn't think I was going to get out of bed.
Walked there like a fucking zombie, fuck this, man.
But I was still there and I still showed up, but I've been telling myself for weeks to get up at 5. My alarm now has been set at 5:35.
There you go, boom.
But it's been like that for weeks, and I haven't got out of bed.
You need, bro.
Because I had no accountability
exactly.
until my friend... Yesterday it was like, let's go for a run in the morning. I'm going to be going. We're going to meet here at 5:30 and we'll go for a run.
And that's why, man, your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
100%. I haven't gone to the gym in 6 months.
Yeah.
I come here, all these boys do is gym.
Yeah.
I've gone to the gym fucking more times this week than I have in a year.
Yeah.
Just because, why not?
Yeah.
I have other people dragging me, and people will drag you up. And that's what I'm saying about finding the right mentor, who's a real mentor. Because they will fucking drag you up by your hair, man.
Yeah.
If you can't do it yourself, find someone that gives a fuck enough about you to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to prove that you got the work ethic and stuff, and
you got to get the runs on the board first, man.
Yeah.
Before a real entrepreneur helps you, got to get the runs on the board.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of self accountability in there, but there comes a point where it kind of turns and stuff like that.
I guess, it's harder to do it by yourself, man, and it's why I guess people in the online world, 90% of them aren't actually doing anything with their lives.
Yeah, because it is pretty hard to do it by yourself, hey. So, but yeah, man, tell me how you got to $2 million again, or how you got to so you've lost all your money, you've built it all back up,
human connections, bro.
Yeah.
Human connection. So it's actually understanding when you go through a traumatic experience and you can reflect on it and you can peel back the layers of your own trauma, you can start to dissect the human mind, man. You can start to peel back the layers on other people's smoke screen they put up. And, for 14 months, people didn't even know I was on drugs.
Yeah.
Because of, the smoke screen I put up. So everyone has a mask, man. And as soon as you can identify someone else's mask, you can you can see them for who they are.
Yeah.
And if you can see them for who they are and you make them feel valued and safe, then they're going to give you a chance to see what they need solving in their life.
Yeah.
So when you carry this over to customers, man, if you just listen and you value your customer, they're going to tell you their real problems.
Yeah,
and then
tell you exactly what they want.
Exactly, and then you're going to be able to give a real solution. So
Yeah.
I say this all the time, and people don't look at it like this. When you're building any other relationship, friends, family, whatever it is,
Yeah.
you invest so much time and energy into building these relationships to make sure that both parties feel respected and feel valued, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to a customer, so many people look at customers as just a transaction.
Yeah.
They're not just a transaction. So if you build your customer rapport just like you would build a friend's rapport, then when they have a problem, they're going to come to you.
Yeah.
Just like when you have a problem, you go to a friend that's most likely to fix it.
Yeah.
And that can be different friends. So if you're a contractor or if you're an entrepreneur and you've identified what problems you can fix in someone's life,
Yeah.
all you need to do is make the customer feel safe enough to reach out as like a friend.
Yeah.
It's no different to like if I had a problem, if I started a podcast and I had problems on my podcast, I'd reach out to you because you have a podcast and you've made me feel valued. You've made me feel heard and you've created a safe space for me to be vulnerable in.
Yeah.
And people need to do that with their customers.
Yeah.
Right. So when someone's tap breaks or someone needs landscaping, they think of me first, just like they would think of their friend.
Yeah.
And it's about understanding how to do that psychology with your customers and applying it and not being like greasy, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know that one Indian dude that calls you about fucking Telstra or something. He just wants money from you.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like, man. When you're dishonest and you're disingenuous to your customers, they feel that energy.
Yeah.
So you just need to be a good human to them, man. And
yeah, and I suppose, and then that works.
That's the secret to how I scale my business, man.
Yeah, yeah, and I suppose, you scaling your business like that a lot of it would have been word of mouth and stuff like that as well through.
I haven't even run Facebook ads.
Yeah.
Like, I've not run any ads. I just post on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's just word of mouth, man.
Yeah.
But obviously my personality, it's pretty inviting.
Yeah.
And people get attracted to it. It's like a magnet. You become a magnet of your success. It's
yeah,
cool,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
So,
no, that's really cool, man.
but it's genuine. Like I'll ring customers just to check in on them.
Yeah.
I'll ring customers just to see how they're going. If they told me that their daughter's playing netball and they just had a championship game, I'll ring them 2 weeks later asking how the daughter went.
Yeah.
I won't even bring up business.
Yeah.
Because I'm applying that same value and same knowledge to building friends.
Yeah.
Into building customers.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I suppose it just spills out, doesn't it? Like, just, goes on.
Well, what would you rather do? Would you rather spend $10,000 with a friend, or would you rather spend $10,000 with someone you don't know?
Yeah, exactly. That makes perfect sense.
Exactly. So it's that same mental model, and you just got to carry it over into business. And then
Yeah.
if you can carry it over to business, and you don't seem like a greasy salesman, and you actually care about fixing your customer's problem, then every time they have a fucking problem, they're going to reach out to you.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to solve it.
Yeah, love that. No, it's a good way of thinking. So, like, where to now, though? Like, what are you doing? Where are you going? What's the plan?
What's the plan, man? That's an interesting question.
Mm.
The plan is to grow my online presence.
Yep.
Because I do have a wicked story and I do want to tell it, and I think a lot of people can benefit from my storytelling and the experiences I've gone through with drugs and business and a young entrepreneur and family relationships, friendship relationships, self-isolation. There's a lot of things that I have a lot of knowledge on.
Yeah.
And I want to give that knowledge out to people.
Yeah, that's good, man. I think that's a really good way of thinking about it because, like,
it's the only way. It's the only honest way that I can think about it.
Yeah.
You know, I've spent 4 years inside my room articulating these thoughts inside my head, and I didn't realise till very lately that these thoughts actually apply to a lot of industries across the world, and they can solve a lot of problems. You know, if I can help one person get off drugs, or if I can help one person start a business they've been thinking about for 10 years, and then that's my purpose. That's what God has put me on this planet to do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to fulfill that.
Yeah, I love that. I've got a very similar outlook on the reason why I do this podcast and speak to people about like their entrepreneurial journeys and all that type of stuff, because if there's someone out there that is similar to you and then hears that
no one's similar to me, my friend.
yeah, but
No
like,
one's
you know,
similar.
been in a similar situation where they're on drugs and then they don't know what to do, or they've been raided, or they've gone to rehab and they get out and then they don't know what to do. Instead of falling back into drugs, you can go and get $50 from someone.
And people will watch this and they'll go, fuck, this little arrogant little motherfucker has so much confidence. I have confidence because of the situations I've been through and the situational awareness and the tools that I've got in those situations to be confident. My confidence comes from past experiences and pushing through boundaries that no one else can push through. So when I sit across from people like yourself and everything, I get very amped up, and you can tell that the energy has changed, man, because it's a very passionate part of my life. Like, I truly believe I'm the best, and my purpose is to help as much people as possible, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. And having a purpose like that, knowing that that's what I'm here to do, and knowing that all of the things I've had to go through has led me here to sit across from you now sharing my story. I've had to keep quiet, and I've had to go through all of this pain and suffering to be able to sit here and articulate it in a way that is going to actually help people.
Yeah, for sure.
When people watch this podcast, whether they go onto my YouTube channel or my socials and they watch my videos, they are going to feel empowered. And that's what I want to do. That's my message I want to get across, that you're not stuck in whatever situation you're in. There is people that have been through it and have the tools to help you get through it.
No, I love that, man. That's actually nuts. It's
cool, man.
Yeah, it's good to have purpose. I think purpose-driven people
they're the winners, bro.
Yeah, will always end up being successful in their own right, because it's just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, when I can confidently say, like, we could get a lie detector, and you can sit me down, you can ask if I actually think I'm chosen by God to help people on this earth, and absolutely I'll pass that lie detector. Knowing my purpose and knowing how to direct it in the right areas that's going to be most useful in society is taking me a long time to do. Like I said, I've been told my whole life to calm down and that I shouldn't have this energy and aura to me. And now I'm breaking the silence on it. I want to help people, and it's in my nature to help people the way I can read and pick up on social cues without actually, it's a skill that I've harnessed for over 10 years. And it comes from motocross. Like, people forget I've spent 10 years in the helmets as well. Articulating these thoughts. So it's going to be an interesting time, and I'm very pleased that you're the first podcast I get to share my story on, and I think in very soon enough time, people are going to refer back to this podcast and go, holy shit, that was his first. First of many, my friend.
No, I love that. I love the energy that you bring, and your story's pretty wild. Heaps of up and downs. And I think it's very relatable to a lot of people, especially in Australia, because
absolutely,
the drug scene in Australia is kind of wild, especially small town syndrome and all that type of stuff. People are bored, don't know what to do, and they end up just doing drugs and shit like that.
Because it just creates a dopamine hit that's not there. It's all a smokescreen.
Exactly.
Instead of doing harder tasks to feel better, they just go the easiest. And then the culture, as you'll know, Australia has the worst fucking drug and alcohol culture and gambling culture. It's almost normal for someone to do drugs and ruin their life. It's almost encouraged.
I was about to say, it's almost the opposite of what you think it should be, isn't it? It's to the point of you're weird if you don't do it.
Absolutely. It's almost weird that I don't want to go out every weekend and ruin all of my dopamine receptors and blow all my money in the casino.
Exactly. I remember going out Friday, Saturday night every week, I don't know, for years.
And then you get put down if you don't go out. It's
exactly.
Fucking ridiculous.
It's just what do you mean you're not coming out on Saturday night or going to the pub for a beer?
Wait, you're building yourself?
No,
you're not allowed to do that.
That's fucking gay.
You
can't do that.
Fucking gay.
Exactly. But that's literally what it's like, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's
man.
just the mindset is shit, especially I think small town syndrome type of stuff is the worst, because it's if you're not a tradie and don't end up having your own business and blah blah blah.
If you don't own a toolbox and a Hilux, you're gay.
Pretty much.
It's holy shit, dude.
That's wild, man. Is there anything else that you want to put out or you want to get across? Because
besides saying that I am actually destined to be one of the greatest entrepreneurs this world has ever seen. And to reach new heights that have never been seen. It pretty much covers everything, my friend.
Yeah, man, I love that. Thanks for coming on, bro.
No, I appreciate you having me,
Crazy story, dude.
Yeah, there's definitely more layers to peel back, and if I ever want to peel back those layers, you'll be the first person I contact.
Oh, perfect, man. Well, I'm always going to be here, or I'll be around somewhere. So, but no, thank you so much, man.
I'll shake your hand on camera.
Fucking up.
Boom.
How good.
Wicked.